let's move on to the second matchup, the second most intense matchup. The second most intense matchup, in my opinion, not a lot of people would necessarily agree with, but my second intense matchup would be between the Indianapolis Colts and the Las Vegas Raiders. Obviously, there's other matchups going on today. That's going to be between the Ravens and the Browns and the Steelers and the Bills. But one thing that really stood out to me is that obviously Indianapolis and Las Vegas, they're not as big of markets. They don't get us a lot of media attention like the other teams. And just like the Bucks and the Vikings, this matchup has playoff ramifications, and the Colts are currently sitting at 8-4, and the Raiders are currently sitting at 7-5. Very similar to the last matchup. If one of them loses, they could flip flop in the standings as well and open the door for the what's it called? Open the door for the Ravens and uh, the Ravens basically, because the Raiders are outside looking in, and the Dolphins are also standing at an 8-4 record. So if the Dolphins lose and the Colts lose, then that gives the Ravens and the Raiders an opportunity to, in essence, steal a playoff spot. Well, let's talk about the matchup. Obviously, Philip Rivers, disappointing that he had to leave the Chargers, but he seems to be doing well with the Colts. Obviously, he's one of the veterans quarterbacks in the league, besides Aaron Rodgers, Big Ben Roethlisberger, and I can't think of his name. Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger, and Philip Rivers is obviously the only other one, so apologize for that. But yeah, so Philip Rivers, he's doing well. Obviously, he has a weapon in T.Y. Hilton. He has uh, a very stacked defense in Darius Leonard, Xavier Rhodes, and Justin Houston. So it's going to be a very good matchup between a good defense and a good offense, because on the Raiders side, Derek Carr, he's honestly, I think, having one of the best seasons of his career. And he also has stud Josh Jacobs, who kind of broke out last year as a good running back. Rookie wide receiver Henry Ruggs. And then they also have kind of like he emerged as a weapon in this offense, Darren Waller, who I think is an amazing tight end and can be dangerous and cause havoc on any defense. So it's going to be interesting to see the defense and offense battle between the Colts and the Raiders. But it's hard to really predict this matchup. It took me honestly a while to decide on what team I feel is going to win. But based off the success that Philip Rivers has had over his career, obviously he hasn't captured that one thing he doesn't have, the Super Bowl, but he has all the numbers and all the potential accolades to put him into the Hall of Fame. But obviously in anyone's career, you want to capture that one Super Bowl just to solidify that your career was in essence worth it. And obviously any career is worth it despite not winning a Super Bowl, but it doesn't hurt to win one. So based off of all of that, and I picked the Colts to honestly win this game based off of Philip Rivers and his success. Would I be surprised if the Raiders came out on top? No, because it's been very back and forth. The Raiders have done good, and then there's games where they do bad. They knocked off the Chiefs in one game and almost knocked them off a second time this year, which would have been crazy. So it was very hard to pick, but honestly, I had the final score being Colts 28, Raiders 21. Obviously, a one touchdown game, but I think the Colts will come out on top. I think defense helps win championships. And not saying that the Raiders don't have a good defense, but I think the Colts have a better defense. And that's why I picked this win the second intense match of the weekend. and I hope you guys enjoy the game. Obviously, it doesn't start until 4, unlike the previous matchup that starts at 1, so we're going to have to wait a little bit, but you definitely are going to enjoy the second matchup.